Welcome to Happy News Network, the Minisode. We're here to brighten your week while you take a break from doom scrolling. I'm Shayna. Some of you may remember Kristen discussing the Colosseum renovations earlier this season in episode 3. We've connected with today's guest to talk about Rome, tourism, and the Colosseum renovations from at visit _Rome on Instagram. Ginevra, welcome.
Hi, Shayna. Thank you so much. This is a really beautiful and big opportunity for me and my platform. So really, thank you.
It's so nice to meet you. We've been talking so long on Instagram messaging. Thank you so much for being here and for being so responsive. I know you're not associated with the Colosseum, so it's great to have someone from Rome who is so passionate about the city.
Yeah, it's a beautiful city and it's magical because there are many different places from different centuries. So it's like walking in history. It's like time travel.
Oh, that's so beautiful. So, I guess tell me a little bit about yourself because you grew up in Rome and how your page on Instagram got started.
Well, I'm a physics major and I study in Rome. And I really love traveling. And when I go to some cities, other countries, I search on websites, on the internet, Instagram pages to some tips or advice to visit that city, and especially when it comes from people who lives there, and or also travelers like me who already went to that city, that particular country. And I try to do the same for my city. And so in March 2019, I opened this page, this Instagram page, which slowly become like an association for travel and tourism in Rome, and I'm so proud of it. And
Yeah.
because I received some message where the people tell me, "Oh my God, I love Rome and the opportunities that you have there, because we don't have just well, not just, but the historical monuments, but it's like a very multicultural and modern city."
Yeah.
Will also share that part of this eternal city.
It's a beautiful city, at least from what I've been able to see on the page. And so it definitely highlights the more like the food, the historical attractions, the nature. There's so much there. And I looked through the page, especially when I was doing the research for this, and I went, I really want to go just to be able to try that. And I want to be able to eat there. And I'm so sad that I can't just be there.
Thank you. I really appreciate that because it's what I want to share about this beautiful, really beautiful city. And I really, every day I try with with my friends basically, but now my co-workers. And we try to create videos and it's becoming like a job for us.
I think there's something in Rome for everybody.
It's true.
Yeah. So everyone who visits Rome, like all ages, everybody visits the Colosseum. So if people aren't super familiar with the renovation project, could you talk about those and sort of where it's all like what the status is?
Yeah. Well, I want to say thanks to you because I notice every day some works, some structure for renovation at the Colosseum, but I didn't really know about that. So I do some research, and it's amazing because I didn't know that our government, the Italian government, wants to place at the monument a structure for create with technology the gladiator era, basically. So
Mm-hmm.
when people will come to visit the Colosseum, will um, plug into the ancient Rome, and it's very beautiful. So there were in 2016 some renovation works made by Diego della Valle, and is the founder of Todd and other Italian brands. And he basically helps the government by financing some structural works. But nowadays we want to do more. So basically, in the ancient Rome, they have this stage, this floor, and they cover it with sand and wild animals, gladiators, basically criminals, fight for the death into this area. People can go on this floor because it was made by woods. So by elements in centuries, it has been corrupted and we don't have it anymore. And we don't have it anymore. Also, the tunnels under it used by a Roman engineer to place from the underground wild animals and also gladiators to fight into the arena. And so the Italian government wants to reproduce this floor and also the tunnel under it. So you can go and visit the tunnels and stay in the middle of the floor and see the Colosseum from the center, because nowadays you can go into the center of the monument.
Yeah. I can't wait to, I've never seen the Colosseum. I have never been to Rome, sadly, but I can't wait to try and visit when this is completed to see sort of a full restoration and then even have more appreciation for the historical context of it all.
Yeah, you have to wait 2023.
Yeah, I'll have to wait a little bit. By then, maybe we'll all be safe enough to travel.
It's true, but works will start, I think, in the late 2021, and they will last maybe 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. I think it seems like a realistic timeline too. It doesn't seem like they underestimated it.
It's true, it's true. And another interesting thing is that the Colosseum was used also for naval battle, and we want to also recreate this battle. And it's really amazing because I can't even imagine how they in ancient Rome do something like that. So they were really great engineers, I think.
Yeah. I I'm fascinated that it has all lasted this long, and maybe it's a little overdue for a renovation, but it's how many years old and people can still be a tourist and go see it even if they can't be quite as close as they will be after the renovation.
Yeah, they last for centuries, and also
Wow.
we have the streets made by Romans. So
Yeah.
you go and you walk on these streets where gladiators, emperors, and everyone from the Roman era works. So it, it's amazing.
Yeah. Well, everyone who visits, so I guess like everyone visits the Colosseum because it's such a historical monument. And Rome is such a historically important city. What are other historical attractions that people don't realize they should visit when they're in Rome?
Well, nearby the Colosseum, there is the city center, and so it's easy if you go there. You can walk to many of the historical attractions that we have. And above all, I think that people who come to visit shouldn't miss going to Fontana di Trevi,
Yeah.
fountain. And it's this magnificent fountain, and I think it's one of the most famous fountain in all the world. And it's very beautiful. And near you also have the Pantheon, and This is a ancient Roman temple, who now is a church. Yeah, I think, and it's very mysterious monument because many legends are behind the structure of this monument. For example, there is a hole in the center of uh, the cupola, and it's like a sphere. It's like an alpha of a sphere, so it's
Oh.
and like the Florence, like in Florence, there is La Cupola del Brunelleschi, who is also uh, very famous.
Hmm.
Um, in Rome, we have the Pantheon with this cupola, with this typical roof, basically. And at the center, there is a hall, and the tradition wants that the devil itself, the devil, came from the earth and basically used this hole to came across and from the clouds
Oh, like heaven. Yeah, from above.
and goes to the hell.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, that's a really interesting theory. I'm looking at pictures of this right now, of looking at this sphere. It's huge. And I think it's funny because when we think about the Pantheon, we mostly look at it and especially look at the architecture, the columns, the triangular um topping and structure of it. We don't always realize, I'm just realizing for the first time looking at these photos, that there is a huge circular structure behind it. It's something we don't necessarily study and think about until I imagine tourists are there.
It's not like in Athens. It's beautiful, and it's one of my favorite places also to go and get drink because you have many restaurants in front of the Pantheon, so you stay there and see the Pantheon, and you also can take an ice cream. So
Oh yeah, who doesn't love gelato? So, if tourists want to do some more modern activities or sightseeing, what are options you recommend?
well, first the food. So
Yeah.
all the typical dishes, typical Roman dishes that you find. And in particular, if you have the possibility, go on a restaurant or a bar on a rooftop because many places in Rome have these big, huge rooftops where there are bars or pubs or restaurants, and I recommend it to go there and have lunch, a drink, or dinner on it, and you can see the city from another perspective, basically, and it's beautiful.
That's got to be so beautiful. And I'm so happy that you get to do that so often. And what are some traditional Roman dishes that are maybe stand out from overall Italian food?
Well, I think that the most famous Roman dishes is carbonara.
Mm-hmm.
It's very delicious, and it's a pasta made with eggs and a cheese called pecorino romano, and also some meat that we call guanciale, which is similar to speck, but it's not the same. So
Okay.
it's very delicious.
Yeah, and I think sometimes people forget that Italian food, the way that, especially in America, we have so many different types of Italian dishes put together on a menu. When you go to Italy, there's a lot of different regions, and especially utilizing local ingredients, or especially if there are more coastal cities, they have more seafood heavy menus. Rome is famous for so many dishes, and especially it sounds carbonara, and some of the treats on your page look absolutely delicious.
Yeah, we scroll into Instagram and in the photo where we've been tagged, and we say, "Oh my God, we have to try this."
Oh yeah, to make sure it's good. Yeah, you can't scroll on your page with an empty stomach. I'm so glad. I feel like I have this new list of things to do when I eventually get to Rome. What is something you see tourists surprised by? Like, what is something that people are always surprised by when they visit the city?
This is something that still surprised me, and it's about the Colosseum because when you arrive at the underground station of the Colosseum, you basically see when you at the end of the station, you see the Colosseum just in front of you, which is something mm, incredible. And you see this monument, and you feel very small, and you feel also that history is just in front of you. So when you mm, uh, basically it's like opening a door and see the Roman era in front of you.
That's got to be the most beautiful thing. And I imagine if you're ever having a tough time studying for a test or writing a paper, you just go take a walk. I'm picturing you with like your gelato and your carbonara, just like going through that view, looking for that view, and just all is well. You can go back and finish your work now.
It's true, and because I think also that Italian people try to uh, do a lot of work because we are very hardworking, but we try also to enjoy life. So basically, Rome is beautiful also for that, and also the weather. It's always sunny in Rome, basically during the winter, during fall, it's always sunny. So you can go and have a walk with a gelato every single.
That sounds really lovely. Like maybe I'll walk with a salad some days. So I think another thing people might get surprised by is meals, especially in Europe as a whole, but specifically in Italy, meals are an experience. You don't just rush through it, especially sometimes my family and I, when we travel, we have to remind ourselves, oh, dinner's not going to be an hour. It might be 2.5 hours, 3 hours.
Yeah, yeah, and because you go and you have the primo piatto, the pasta, basically. After you have the second dishes, maybe I don't know, um, some meat or some fish also. And after you have some fruit and the dessert and a coffee and espresso.
Ooh,
It
yeah,
lasts
there's a lot to
a lot.
try.
Yeah,
I can't wait to someday make it and try all these different courses and just enjoy a meal with like on a rooftop with the great view.
don't forget to tag us.
Yes. And I will absolutely tag you. And I can't thank you enough for being here today. I feel like I just made my own personal travel plans. But I also feel like I learned so much about the history of the city. And now I can be a more informed tourist and I don't have to rely on information on a sign somewhere. I feel like I already got the insider knowledge.
Thank you so much. I really appreciated being here today and for the opportunity to share with you and your followers uh, how beautiful, marvelous is the Eternal City.
It really is. Oh my gosh. Well, from at visit double underscore Rome on Instagram, Ginevra, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. And from all of us here at Happy News Network, I'm Shayna. Have a happy day.